I am in pain. I am in severe pain.
Welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome. I had a change of internet, so things are not going well so far. So we're gonna have to fix the internet in a few minutes. Not in a few minutes, in this week, and obviously the internet will be back. I'll still do streams, and I'm pretty sure you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know in the comments. What else can we do? Like what else can we do? What else can we say? It's peak. It's pain right now. It's more painful. You know why it's more painful? It's painful and it's harder and more painful because we keep going 3-0 up against Feyenoord. We keep going 1-0 up against 2-0. Was it 2-0 or 1-0 against Juve? 1-0 in most games, 2-0 up in most games, 1-0 against Aston Villa, then losing 2-1. We keep scoring first, and we're like, yeah, we've scored, and then boom, we can't even hold. We can't hold. I don't know. I can't even get angry at this. Do you know what's pissing me off, though? This is what's pissing me off. And I want to speak to my fellow City fans. It doesn't matter. Listen to me. It doesn't matter right now how things are going. It doesn't matter if there is no top class midfielder. Some people are saying, no, we don't need Douglas Luiz, or we need a top class midfielder. Where are you going to get one right now? This team, let me be honest with you, even Calvin Phillips in this team, we do better. We're just missing a defensive midfielder. We're just missing somebody younger. If not, make the midfield younger. You can't expect that you have a midfield of Kovacic, who's 31 years old. You have a midfield of De Bruyne, who's 34 years old. And a midfield of Bernardo Silva, who's 31 years old. All of them run down. If you've got a midfield of somebody like KDB and Bernardo Silva, who right now looks like they are going towards the decline, or they're not fast enough, they're players that can't defend. They can't defend. If the team is getting attacked, they can't defend. They can't track back and try to break up this. This is not KDB when he was 27 years old. This is not Bernardo Silva when he was younger. You need a young 26-year-old, 25-year-old, 20-year-old, 21, 22-year-old defensive midfielder. Douglas Luiz can do something in this team. I repeat this again. Even Calvin Phillips right now. And some of people will be laughing. No, not Calvin Phillips. Even Calvin Phillips would have helped us this season. Because all you need is an average DM. Because the team, there's hope in the team. Because they can score goals. They can still do damage. But you just need somebody who can sit there and help out the defense and make sure that maybe sometimes some of the pressure from the defense. But what's funny with Man City and our board? Yeah, we've got 7 defenders in the club now. You heard me right. 7 defenders. They are investing in defenders. The club is investing in defenders. Where are the midfielders? Because the issue we have in this team is the midfielders are out of legs. The midfielders are older now. They are older, they're out of legs. Where are the midfielders? Why are we going to Juventus and telling them we want a loan? Why Juventus want to sell Douglas Luiz for 30 million? Pay the bloody 30 million. I don't care. Don't be counting Gundogan as a midfielder in this team. Don't be counting Kovacic as a long, like, buy Douglas Luiz for 30 million. In summer, Gundogan is going. Oh, what are people talking about here? I have City fans telling me, oh, what's the point of buying Douglas Luiz? He helps us until June. But when it's June, what are we going to do with him? You'd rather keep him because Kovacic will be 32 or 31 years old. And then Gundogan will be 35 years old. KDB will be 35 or 34. I don't know what age. Or he'll be older. Our midfielders will be older. Douglas Luiz is 26. He will be 27 years old. So it will be younger still. You can keep him. But no. Some City fans, they don't see the point. They're actually against us getting Douglas Luiz. They're against getting I don't know. It's peak. And at the beginning of the season, I warned everybody. I told people at the beginning of the season. I said, we don't look great. People came after me. I told people we don't look great. We conceded within a few seconds against Brentford. We conceded within the first few minutes against Ipswich, I think so. We were conceding early. And when you watch the games, people, when you watch the games, not just watch them as a fan just watching, watch them and how we were being played through the middle. You're like, there's trouble here. It was just the quality of the players that was helping us out. And the fact that the team still thought Man City were good enough, they were scared to attack us. But nobody's scared now. Because you know what's happening now? When teams go at us and they score the first goal, they smell blood. And when they smell blood, I knew PSG were going to dunk on us. I knew, even when it was 2-0, I knew that we're just going to cause PSG to dunk on us. Now look what happened. 4-2. 4-2. And I don't know. It's just bad. And I don't even understand why there's no midfielder. There's no midfielder being looked at. Get a defensive midfielder. It doesn't matter if you buy Douglas Luiz for 30, 40 million. It doesn't matter because Kovacic is 30 going the other way. You'd rather have Douglas Luiz in June than Kovacic. You'd rather have Douglas Luiz in June than Gundogan. Douglas Luiz can still be useful in this team. Why are we bothering? Try and say, give us a loan move. Just fucking pay the money. Pay the money. It's embarrassing now. It's becoming embarrassing. And you know what? Some people are becoming too cocky saying we're going to beat Club Brugge. They haven't lost. They are undefeated in 24 games. Or Club Brugge are actually undefeated. They haven't, I think they're undefeated. They are actually doing very well. They are going to slap us at the Etihad. They will slap us at the Etihad. Just watch. They'll slap us at the Etihad. You think... This team did not break me today. They broke me already. I was broken after final. Final was the last straw. Final. But I did predict this, so I wasn't shocked. I've been predicting this. I've been warning people, don't get excited. I warn people against Ipswich, don't get giddy. Against Ipswich, the team is shit. Even right now, and do you know what's the funny thing is? They're fixing the defense. Fair play. We don't need the defenders right now. We don't need them. We don't need the defenders. We don't need them. We could have sent them on loan. We could have left them in their teams. What we need in this team is midfielders. They could have got 2 quality midfielders instead, who could have come now. But Man City are in the business of giving away midfielders. Maximo Peroni, we've given him on loan, and he's playing very well, by the way. Maximo Peroni. Yes, Phillips. I can take Phillips back right now. I would take him. Let me go to the comments. Am I wrong? People who are watching, there's about 100 of you watching. Tell me, am I wrong? Am I wrong saying we should be focusing on getting a midfielder? We should be serious. We should have got a midfielder first through the door. When 1st of January was here, we should have been hearing about a midfielder. And then there's posts. Oh, City are considering a midfielder. I'm going to slap whoever is posting those posts. I'm going to slap you. I hope today you don't get sleep. I hope there's bed bugs in your bed and they bite you. Stop posting. Give us a name. Give us a name oh, City are considering a midfielder. City are sitting down and thinking about him. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. If somebody posts that City, I swear to God, I will fly to your country and I'll scissor kick you in the face, because we are tired. We just why? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, the comments says, Patrick, we are finished. Yeah. I actually laughed as the third goal went in. Do you know what I said on the third goal when I was watching it here? I said, Neves is open. I said, he's open, he's alone. Somebody mark him. I was screaming, somebody mark him. What an easy goal. Pathetic defending. Pathetic. What was that? Pathetic defending. What was that? He was alone. I think his eyes lit up. They were like, he was like, seriously? I'm by myself. He was all alone. Nobody was marking him. None of the City players attempted to block the cross. It was a schoolboy cross. That's like, it was easy, a week. Let me see the comments. Look from Never in My Lifetime. Go subscribe, guys. Says story of our season, Patrick. It is the story of our season. Because City fans, if you think about it, majority of the games we were winning this season. It's just the fact that we don't have midfielders. We don't have a defensive midfielder. We don't have a midfielder who their mind is about defending. Let me speak to those City fans who says we don't need Douglas Luiz. Put Douglas Luiz next to Kovacic. That's going to help you, because Kovacic is a half-decent defending midfielder. Put Douglas, who is more focused on defending. You've locked the midfield. There's no longer transitions or counters. But I don't understand. I don't get some of the City fans. They are so excited with the defenders. I get it. We have to be excited, but I just think we do definitely need to start focusing on the midfielder. This window is closing. Look at this. It's the 22nd today. We haven't had any word of a midfielder apart from Douglas, and then they're saying, oh, Man City don't want to buy him. Buy him. What are you waiting for? Oh, what are you waiting for? Oh my God. You can't even get angry. That's the thing. Like there's nothing you can do. Like you can't get pissed off. You can't even say, oh, what are we going to do? Because I was expecting PSG to beat us. When we scored, I was like, okay, we might get lucky. And I started laughing at PSG, saying PSG is this bad. They're worse than us. I was like, is PSG as worse than City? But let me tell you something. This season, Man City have been beaten by a bad PSG and a bad Juventus team. These two teams are not the same anymore. But they've beaten Man City. We scored first in all these games. We were first to score. We were first to score. We scored first in all these games, City fans. We scored first. We scored first. And you know how stupid we are? We haven't learned our lesson. I bet you jumped. I bet when Jack Grealish scored, we all jumped, thinking, oh, this might be different. I bet when Haaland scored, we're like, oh my God, the game is closed. Not forgetting that this fraud of our manager will bring in Gundogan to close the game, like he did in the last game. Do you remember we were winning 2-0 against Brentford? And then he brought in Gundogan. To do what? Is he doing it purposely? Is he bringing Gundogan to show the board that I need a midfielder? Is that what he's doing? Every time we're 2-0 up, is Pep Guardiola bringing Gundogan? Why don't you bring Nico Riley? When we played against Ipswich, Nico Riley came in and he was actually winning tackles and he was actually running around and he was being flexible. Why don't you bring Jacob Wright? Why don't you bring in Jacob Wright and sit him next to Kovacic? Why don't you bring in a young DM to sit next to somebody to say, let's hold on to this? You run. You can see. Do you know what's funny, City fans? Some City fans, when João Neves was at Benfica, some of us were like, pay the 60 million in this clause. Some City fans were like, no, don't spend time on him. Look at what he did to us. He dunked on us today. For those in the background, Joao Neves, who we said he's 18 years old, don't spend money on him. He dunked on us today. He dominated our midfield. He scored also, and he's got 7 assists in the in La Liga. In Ligue A, sorry. In Ligue A, Joao Neves has got 7 assists, and he's one of the best players, best midfielders in Liga. But no, some City fans know he's not City quality. Oh, he's 18 years old. He's not worth the 60. He's worth the fucking 60. Look at now. Look at it now. Our midfield is full of old men. It's full of old men. They can't run anymore. I told you, man, seasons ago, we can't be dependent on KDB anymore. KDB is not KDB anymore. He's not KDB anymore. You need to move away from this midfield. We need to move away from the midfield. We need a young midfield. We need another DM. You can't play football with attack-minded midfielders and think you're gonna get away with it. You can't. We don't play Ipswich every time, or we don't play that shit club that Gary Neville owns. Anyway, let's go to the comments because so been screaming about Kovacic for months now. I don't want to hate the guy. No, the guy is not bad. Kovacic is actually not bad. I like Kovacic. The midfield is also bad. Kilster, I don't know what else to say. Let me just send the link to I think Hung is looking for the link. I'll send it. I don't know, man. It's just we need to invest. We need to invest. And PSG's midfield. Let me read this, by the way. I'm going to read this for you, City fans. I have it right here, so I'm going to read. I have them. Okay, so this is PSG, the back line. I'll start with the keeper. Okay. Are you here with me, my fellow City fans? Okay. The keeper is 25 years old. Hakimi is 26 years old. Marquinhos is 30, obviously. Still good age for a defender, but whoever is next to him is Pancho. Pancho is 23 years old. Mendes is 22 years old. That's the fullback. Now, do you want to hear the PSG midfield? The PSG midfield, 3 that they play today. Joao Neves is 20 years old. Yeah, he's now 20. City fans, he's no longer 18, as we were saying. He's 18, he's 19, he's too young. He's 20 years old now. Vitinha in the midfield is 24 years old. Luiz is 28. The front is it Duo, 19, Kingsley, 23, Bakoli, 22. Your midfield, our midfield, including our backline, they're all in their 30s. So you think you can run against these kids? These kids are hungry. They'll eat you alive. If you've played football and you play with younger people, unless you guys are too skilled or too good, they will eat you alive because the kids are hungry. Their midfield is a 20-year-old, a 24-year-old, a 28-year-old. That's the most oldest, the midfielders. So you want people like Gundogan, 34 years old, KDB, 34 years old, Kovacic, 31 years old, Bernardo, 30, to run with these 24-year-olds for 90 minutes. And you think you're going to win the game. You're joking. City fans, we got too comfortable. We got overly too comfortable. And you know what I'm going to do? Bear with me for a minute. Let me just bear for a minute. Let me see if I can get this. I'll get this up. Bear with me for a minute. I'm here for a while. I don't have a rush. I'm not rushing. We're going to speak about a lot. I haven't even spoken about players yet, individually. Players that throw stinkers again. We haven't even spoken about players that are throwing stinkers. Players that we mentioned seasons ago, that these players have been doing stinkers. But we'll talk. I want to load this up, and I hope it loads, because if it loads, we can get this. We can get these stats on camera, so everybody can see it. So it's fair. It's fair on everybody. It's fair. So we see. Okay, let's continue the comments. Don't worry, Patrick. One of those new centre backs we invert into midfield like Treble John Stones. my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend. Don't test me. Don't, don't bring jokes. Don't. Let's not bring these jokes. And look, I don't know. I don't even want to say it. Okay, give Nunes the rest of the season at 6. Riley as a second option. I would take that every day. Is anybody else in the comments with me? I will take that every day. But no, the thing about Pep is he loves control. Pep wants midfielders who can keep the ball, but they are not the same age anymore. They are not at a good age anymore. That's the issue. Do you know what the issue is? It's not even about that, oh, the players are not good enough. It's just the legs are not there. These players have played for Man City for so long. These players have won us trophies. These players have won us titles. Do you get my point? So you can't expect these players to keep going. Okay, so guys, I have the information. Big up to my good friend Gundurolian. I will load these up. So that when I'm explaining, I think we can all see exactly what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about. Yeah, what we are talking about. Okay, now, City fans, stay there with me for a minute. I'm loading something. I just want you to see it with your eyes, because if I say it, some of you guys will think, oh, this guy has an agenda. This guy hates. This guy is a plastic. He's melting. Right now, he's melting. He's breaking. At this point in time, he's breaking. So we want to listen to him. But let me show you this so that we can all see together what exactly the fraudulence this board has given us. We can all see what Pep Guardiola and the board decided to do, what they thought was best. Whenever there was opportunity, Pep Guardiola and the board decided against it, saying they have got enough. But sometimes in life you have to prepare, because if you don't prepare, you prepare to fail. I don't know if you've heard about that. So what I'm going to do now, right? We are on the same page. Bear with me for a minute. The computer is freezing, but bear with me for a minute. I think I have it now. So now I have it. I'm going to start with PSG. Let me start with PSG. Okay? I'll start with PSG. That's what I want to do. I want to start with PSG. Because on this channel, I just don't break down things. I want to educate certain people who think we don't need midfielders. Okay. Let's start here. Let's see. Let's start here. We're going to start with PSG, the team that played for PSG. And then we're going to look at the age. And then we're going to look at the age of this Man City team. And I want those people who say, oh, we don't need midfielders. We don't need midfielders. Those people who say, we don't need midfielders. Okay, cool. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here is we don't need midfielders FC. So it's just going to load. It's taking time to load, but this is we don't need midfielders FC. So this is the team that some people say we don't. So bear with me for a minute. What I'm going to do is it's going to load. There we go. So I'm going to take myself away from the format I'm in so that we can all speak and then we can all educate each other. And those we don't need midfielders, bastards, can excuse my language. Those midfield, we don't need midfielders, or we don't have to invest right now because we waiting for the perfect midfielders. We suck. Look at this, City fans. Look at this. Look at we don't need midfielders FC. That is, we don't need midfielders FC. Tell me right now in the comments, right? Look at that right now. Look at that team, and I'm going to show you the PSG team. So the team we played against today, I'm going to show you. Look at that. Our keeper is 31 years old. It's okay because, look, it's fair. Keepers can age gracefully, very gracefully. They age well. So it's okay. The keeper can be 31. Akanji is 29 years old. Nunes is not a defender. Josko is a centre back playing as a left back. Obviously, Diaz is 27, but let's not forget, Ake is 31 years old. John Stones is 31 years old. And then let's go to our issue, which is the midfield. That is our midfield, ladies and gentlemen. So, let me tell you something, right? Football, especially Pep Guardiola, his special, his ability as a manager, or what Pep Guardiola is famous for, is having quality midfielders because he keeps the ball in midfield. He loves to have midfielders who are able to press resistant midfielders. He loves to have midfielders who are able to press up high and win the ball, or within few seconds, when these midfielders lose the ball, they have to win it. Kovacic is 30 years old. Bernardo is 30 years old. De Bruyne is 33. Do you think these three guys, with a combined age of 90-something, 93, if we're being specific, 93, they are able to track back? Those people who say we don't need any midfielders, look at that. I want you to take a look at that picture before I move on, because before I move on, I want to move on to PSG so you can see why PSG were able to outrun us, but they were able to drill us the way they did. Look at that midfield. Those, we don't need a midfielder, FC. Those guys why we don't need a midfielder. Look at that midfield. Take your time. I want you to take your time. I don't want to rush. I'm not going anywhere. So I'm not going to rush. So let's see that, isn't it? We've looked at that. Unfortunately, my internet is shit today. So some of you guys are lucky. That's the reason why maybe it's going so slow. But anyway, let's keep going. Now let's go to PSG. So that was Man City. You looked at the midfield. You saw the midfield, a combined of 93. And now what we're going to do is, let's go see what our opponents had. Because fair is fair. Because we are here to educate one another. We are here to educate one another and say, okay, if this is the case that City shouldn't be focusing on midfielder, let's see. So let's see PSG now, isn't it? So we saw City 30. That was our midfield. Okay. Now here's PSG. Here is Paris Saint-Germain's midfield. It's taking time to load. I don't know if it's loaded yet. So look at that. Look at that. Look at the difference. Their midfield is a 20-year-old, 24-year-old, and 28-year-old. That's the midfield. We have a 20-year-old in O'Reilly. Do we trust him? No, we don't. We have a 20-year-old in Jacob Wright, who's a defensive midfielder. Do we trust him? No, we don't. Yet PSG trusts a 20-year-old in midfield. But no, at City we don't. Oh, they're not ready yet. We're not ready yet, FC. When you play for City, you're not ready. If you're young, you're not ready. In your 30s, then you're ready. That's the PSG midfield. So you think De Bruyne, you think Bernardo Silva, who are not even defensive players, which you think it's unfair to even ask them to defend. Guess what? Nunes is a defensive midfielder, though. Nunes can play box to box, but he's playing right back. Why? Because our right back is 34 years old and is going to AC Milan. Why didn't we buy a right back? But guess what City did? They sent a right back to Dortmund, and they sent another right back He was at Benfica. They sent him out on loan somewhere else. Just when they called him back, after Benfica sent him back, they did not see the use of keeping the right back. Why? There is no right back in the team, but they want to play Nunes as the right back. This is Man City. Clown behavior. The board are doing clown behavior. Don't get deceived by signing these centre backs and getting too excited. There are positions in this team that they could have signed and they could have saved the season. They could have signed the right back, a defensive midfielder, or even an attacking midfielder, and we could have saved this season. I am telling you, my fellow City fans, if we signed a right back, a defensive midfielder, and if we signed an attacking midfielder, we could have saved this season. Or if they wanted, they could have bought a defender, a right back, a centre back, a right back, and a defensive midfielder, and we could have actually been winning these games. I'm just saying, they are focusing on holes that are not that great. Yes, it's as if they've given up. They're deceiving us, and yet some City fans are getting too excited. Oh, Hosanov. Hosanov is not going to even play. Okay, so defense crumbled without Diaz, or most resilient on reliant on him as Rodri. Yeah, it was bad. Well said, Patrick. Yeah, what else can I say? Keep looking at the PSG team, guys. Look at that midfield, and remember that midfield of ours, which is full of like 30-year-olds. Okay, so Osanov might have to start on Saturday if Diaz is injured. Kirkster, on Saturday, you might as well start. I hear Luis or Helis can play as a CDM. So start him in as a fit. Yeah, get in. Luis is better than any midfielder we have right now. It's true, but people don't want to accept. Douglas Luiz is actually way better than the defensive-minded midfielders we have right now. Maybe bring Phillips back. Might as well. Yeah, we might as well bring Phillips back. We need 2 midfielders, or we'll definitely finish mid-table. I don't even think we'll finish mid-table. We might actually finish 11th. Have you seen our run? The run we have right now is damaging. Husanov has top speed, 37 kilometers per hour, like Van de Ven. So if Pep invests him into CDM during games, the team will be better recovering into. We'll see what they do. They might not even start on Saturday, you know. Knowing Pep Guardiola is going to start Gundogan next to Kovacic. There's no point to progress in the UCL league phase. We need midfielders. Combined midfield age is 95. Yeah, and look at PSG's midfield age, way younger than ours. We need defenders with the health issues at the back line. Okay, fair point. Yo, that's a sick idea. Also, now in midfield, wrecking opponents attack instead of Kovacic. Yeah, it's a good idea. Let's keep reading in the comments. But Pep has to play them. Okay, wait. I have to skip the comments. Kilster says, but Pep has to play them. Akanji is injured. Ak is injured. Stone's made of glass. Diaz injured a lot. We need centre backs. Yeah, you're right. But it's just that, why are we not buying a right back? Maybe we'll play one of the centre backs as right back. We're getting battered in February. We are getting. Yes, I did jump. Okay. Yeah. So you jumped. It's okay, man. You're fine. Who knew when a certain 82 came on, we became worse? I don't want to speak on Lewis, but what did I tell you guys about Nico Lewis? Ndembele cooked him. Ndembele cooked Lewis. He was cooked. He fried him. Cooked him, dunked on him, crucified him. Ndembele is Lewis's biological father right now. Lewis has to go to Ndembele to ask for permits for school. He has to ask for permits if he wants to fly on the plane back to fly on the plane back to City. Lewis, then Dembele also cooked Bernardo. Did anybody see that? Dembele cooked Bernardo. He cooked him. Bernardo, his legs split. I think he split his boxers. Like, lads, I'm sorry. It's just funny at this point in time. Like, Dembele cooked. And I told people in the preview, be careful about Dembele and Bakola. Bakola and Dembele cooked us. They cooked us, deep fried us. Joao Neves cooked us. They cooked us. We were being cooked. One midfielder is not going to save us. Yeah, I know it's not going to save. We need to. He probably is doing this show to the. Okay, he's probably doing this to show the board how poor his squad is. I don't know, man. Pep doesn't trust the youth. That's the issue. Neves is a great player, but come on, everyone dunks on Kova. Some scrub on Pius did. I don't know, man. Let's play six. Let's play six in the midfield. Control. Might as well. KDB, Gundo, thanks for the memories. Don't say that, Brian. Brian, don't say that. You'll get attacked. KDB, no. Don't say about that about KDB. Don't say about KDB. Anyway, let's stop sharing this PSG midfield. It's just making me envious and making me think. Let's continue with the comments. Never been so heartbroken in a season like this. It's always one or the other. Either the front doesn't produce, too cute on the ball, or the defense lose concentration. We were outplayed today, though. What else can we do? We stank. I swear, the best lineup started is Ortega, Nunes, JSP, Akanji, Vadio, Kovacic, O'Reilly, Savinio, Foden, Doku, and Haaland. Isn't Doku injured? Patrick, do you give Kovacic the same grace as you give Nunes? Kovacic is balling. I don't know. I feel like Kovacic is good. But the thing is, he can't do things by himself. He's trying to defend in that midfield by himself. But every time Kovacic is on, we do well. It's when Kovacic is subbed, things go to shit. So you can't really go against Kovacic. Kovacic is cooking. Nunes isn't a defender. Pep hang him out to dry. He's not. Yeah, he's not. We won't win another game unless we get two midfielders. That is true. Another Bernardo Silva stinker. We play worse when he's in the field. Too slow. That is true. Nunes to invert and O'Reilly and him as runners with Foden as a creator. I would like to see that, but Pep Guardiola is not going to do that. This is what I keep telling people. The fact that Pep Guardiola is one of the greatest managers is we understand that and we respect that. But the thing is, you have to question some of their decisions. I'm telling you, every time Kovacic has been subbed, we fall to pieces. You know why? Because Kovacic is the only half-decent defensive-minded midfielder at the moment. Gundogan's legs are gone. I told people about Nico Riley, and people were hating. No, Nico Riley. What's his name? Rico. People were hating. They were saying I'm hating on him. I don't hate on the kid. At this point in time, I don't think Rico is the answer. At this point in time, Nunes isn't the answer. Hong, I was just saying there are some spots in this team that maybe if they were fixed by the board, especially let's say like right back, I think now right back has become an issue. Even left back, to be honest, because we could use Josko more of a centre back. Do you agree that I think Josko was bought as a centre back? Use him as a centre back, get him used there, because it also looks like Akanji, Ake, Stones, you can't depend on them. So Josko can be centre back. So would you agree with me that the board have to start looking for full backs? Finally, just look for full backs.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Patrick,
maybe just start looking for full backs.
Yeah, Patrick. First of all, thank you for having me on. I always appreciate you. First and foremost, I want to put it out there. I don't appreciate you enough, and I feel like I need to appreciate you more. Thank you so much for having me on. Yeah, I was at work and I saw the game like here and there, and I was like, look. I'm gonna say this on. I'm gonna call myself out on this one, and I'm gonna air it out. I felt stupid. I'm an idiot for thinking that we would win. And after 2-0 up, I won't say complacent. That's not the right word to say. It's more like, okay, cool, calm, see the game out, get the 3 points, move on, and finish the job home against Bruges. But as soon as the first goal went in, I just knew from there. I think, it's just going to be a monumental collapse.
You could see it. There's something about this City team where they give up, isn't it? They give up. They just.
And the thing is, Diaz being subbed off at halftime, I understood the decision behind it because he was on a yellow card, and I think Pep said in the post-match interview that he said he asked to be taken off because of maybe precaution injury. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he felt something.
Yeah, he felt something, and that's the last thing we need. And you can't underestimate the importance of Ruben Diaz in the back line, because with him in there, leadership, accountability, the communication, he's there. And the thing is, Diaz is never gonna let if he sees someone being unmarked, oh my god, he will let one of the players know, no, do not let him get unmarked. So yeah, I just think so. But I think honestly, Patrick, I'm just gonna say this. Like people, a lot of things think I'm harsh on Nunes because he's playing it out of position, but I'm just saying it as it is. Mateus Nunes, he will have to do very, very well to survive at City next season. From now to the end of the season, he's gonna have to have world-class performances in order to survive next season. And the thing is, like, you, like, if we're supposed to be, the thing is, like, people say, oh yeah, he's playing opposite. No, there's no excuses. Like, he did very well against Ipswich, don't be wrong, he did. But the thing is, you know, I just knew when he got subbed off, I thought, yeah, it just shows how Pep thinks of him as well. And I think, you know, yeah, I just deserve, like, honestly, like, I deserve the cooking. I deserve to get roasted online. Thank you so much. Like, you know, Patrick, give me.
No.
At least you're humble. Hong, at least you're humble. At least you're humble.
Yeah, I deserve. Listen, I deserve every insult
I'm
thrown
gonna
my way.
him.
I
I'm
deserve
gonna
everything.
I told you. Do you know why?
There are people more who deserve more than you. At least you've come here and you're humble. At least you've admitted where you're wrong. That's big of you.
Yeah,
very big.
Yeah, because
you're not gonna get cooked, but maybe Kevin will cook you.
Yeah, I mean, look, listen, I'm calling myself out on this one. I call myself out.
Patrick, we've been telling you for a long time. You don't listen. You know that. You never listen when we are saying something.
Look, he's admitted he's wrong. At least leave it. I heard people on Spaces making excuses and they're chill. I don't get it. I really don't get it. How they're chill. I don't get it. People are. Look, this is not Pep out, but Pep has to hold a big of the blame. He has to. This team, and let's be honest, he has to hold big of the blame because Cheeky offered him players and he said, no, I can win more. I can get more out of this team. He has to hold his hands up. I thought Cheeky was a fraud, but it turns out, no, he's not. Pep is not even a fraud either, but he has to hold big responsibility. This whole small squad fetish.
That's why
the beating is not finished. Yeah, the other blue is got. They are going to slap us.
This whole small squad fetish has come to bite us in the backside. It's come to bite us in the backside. It's over. I don't care who. If someone is unhappy, leave. We'll get another player. If that player is unhappy, leave. We'll keep on doing it until it doesn't work. Until we hit a brick wall. We have to get 2 midfielders. Otherwise, the season is completely over. We will finish mid-table. We need midfielders. We need midfielders. They're rubbish. They're rubbish. I'm sorry. Bernardo's done. I love him. He's one of my favorites. He's done. Gundogan, big mistake to bring him back. I'm sorry. Big mistake. Barcelona are laughing. And Kovacic, nah. We need to get midfielders.
I was going to say to you, like, Cambiasso, would you say, is more than needed, right? Because they obviously can play.
Just pay the money. Pay the money.
We need a left back and the right.
Pay the money. Pay the money. It is not my money. It's not coming out of my bank account. Pay the money. We're a £1 billion corporation, multi-billion. Pay the money.
This is what. Do you see? This is what I was telling people. I was saying, guys. I was, you know, at the beginning of the season, I remember. I home remembers. I said we're going to struggle. We're going to suffer here. We look shit. Do you know what I was telling people? Somebody was telling me that, we can't. He says we can't go to Juve and pay 30 million for Douglas Luiz, right? I get it. He says we can't pay because we're going to be stuck with him. So do you know what makes me laugh? This is the thing, Hong. I've just explained in the beginning of this video. Guys, our midfielders are 33 above. You'd rather be stuck with Douglas Luiz in June than stuck with
mid. Yeah. Douglas Luiz may be mid, but he actually is a good backup. He's a good backup. And he'll be better than all of these midfielders combined.
You know what I told people? I was like, okay, wait. Let me just finish this. Let's say we get stuck with him in June and he's 26 years old, right? He's just 26. You get stuck with him. But guess what? You'd rather get stuck with him than Kovacic, Gundogan, and even KDB who's turning 34. These guys are old. And then Bernardo Silva, who can run better right now? Douglas Luiz runs better than Bernardo Silva right now. So when it comes to summer, and you say, okay, let's start rebuilding the midfield, Douglas can stay. Tell these other 31-year-old above to go. Simple. This is what I was telling people. But the thing is, right now, you will not find another midfielder because you know what? Atalanta don't want to sell. Atalanta said you have to come with 100 million for Edison if you want him right now. And then that stupid guy, Zubamende, Zubamende is twerking for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, like before, like you know, like I said, look, I think I did my bit. I aired myself. I need to air myself. I called myself out. Listen, like Patrick. I mean, I did say Patrick. You feel free to call me every name under the sun. All right, every name.
No, I don't do that. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, every name under the sun. You can call me that.
Nah, it's
because
no, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Happy days.
I think we'll say like I could just feel, I just think it's like it was just so not like from 2-0 up. In my opinion, I thought, okay, just calm things down, see the game out. But like as soon as, like as I told you, PSG got the first goal, I just thought
we're gonna concede. I said we'll be lucky to draw. I said we were gonna be lucky to draw.
You know the meme. Oh no, here we go again. The Grand
the San Andreas, the GTA.
Yeah, that was when I felt it from there. You felt it, and I could easily single out players like I've done, but I'm gonna say this collectively. From the first goal to the fourth goal, it was absolutely disgusting. Yeah, from the first goal, PSG goal to the fourth one, absolutely disgusting.
Can I ask one thing though? Can I ask one thing to the panel? Okay, when we talk about KDB, we're talking about age, right? So we're talking about age when we're talking about KDB, and I get it. Look, he was sweating, he was running his ass off. By the way, for big up to KDB. What about Phil Foden? Some of these games when he starts hiding. He's not 30. He's 24 years old.
There's no excuse.
Why was I watching Foden failing to run? He was failing to run. Is it fatigue?
Do you know why he's not performing? He has no competition. He's comfortable. He's too comfortable. He's too comfortable, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Competition.
Yeah, I agree. I can't disagree with you what you said on that.
I'm not saying he's trash, and I'm sorry. The things I've heard, I'm not saying that they're not excusable. People have gone through worse things the past few years, and what the rumor is that he's having issues with his neighbors. Pull yourself together. I'm sorry. Pull yourself together.
Yeah, but look, leaving that aside, it's just the fact that I think the machine as a whole is broken. And do you know what? I did say, and somebody said, shut up. I said, so we are actually Rodri FC. That's what we are Rodri FC. This is his team. Do you know what happens next? When Rodri comes back, these people should kneel down and put flowers as he's walking in the dressing room.
I think.
Do you know what I'm worried about? I'm worried about he might want to leave. Or even Ruben Diaz.
He won't, especially with.
I just feel.
With what Madrid did to him at the Ballon d'Or. I think that
Rodri and Ruben Diaz. I'm worried about leaving.
No, they want to leave. Don't want to leave. The rebuild is going to happen with them.
For me, what showed me that Rodri really wanted to be there, wanted to still be at City, because listen, he showed up to Paris when he shouldn't have to. You know, he should be staying home recovering. But fair play for showing up for the team.
Went through his brains to come to that game.
Yeah,
like he has ball knowledge.
Yeah, but you know why he came? It's because it was a dressing room presence, because we needed to win this game.
I guarantee you.
Obviously,
after the match, he probably would have went ballistic.
Of course, 100%. 100%.
Like, there's no way he would accept that. I think Diaz probably be the same thing, even though it's just ballistic. I guarantee you. Do you imagine how Husanov, Victor Hayes, and Marmoush are watching that? They're thinking, there's like, they'll be thinking to themselves, I'm definitely getting minutes in this team, 100%. Like they'll be like,
they are.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny? So that's good what you've brought up, because you know what? This is the reason why I was telling people that even if I'm Zubamende or Bruno, I'm looking at this team that even if Rodri comes in, I can still bench you. I can, you're looking at this team and say, I can play double pivot now. I can play as 6 and Rodri as an 8. Do you know what I mean? Like, at this point in time, any midfielder should be telling the agent, throw my name, because they will come and play. If you can run and press.
There are plenty of DMs. And for some reason, ever since Omar Barada has left, there are no links. There are no links. Nothing's being leaked to the media. So I would be very surprised. I will be very surprised if we don't sign anyone. I fully expect 2 midfielders. I'm sorry.
100.
If me as per individual, and I'll be honest, I have zero ball knowledge, and I can see we need 2 midfielders minimum. Like, come on, what is the club doing then? What is the club that goes for Pep, that goes for the board, and that goes for everyone else? I don't know, man. I really don't know. I really fear for this season.
We wouldn't say finish. We wouldn't say finish, but it's not. He's not the same KDB, so we can't.
He's on the decline.
Look, we can't be looking.
He's easily better than all the midfielders. Easily better.
But this is what I'm saying. That people. But the thing is, it's not the same KDB, so we can't expect the same outputs again. We can't expect the same. It's just he's at a level still better than some. I don't know. It's just I just feel like you're right. I think.
Yeah, it's just.
Do you know what? It's about time. You know, they have to find 4 backs. Why they should buy 4 backs now? I think 4 backs should come back.
The thing is, probably right back will probably get a full back. We'll never get a left back with Pep in charge. We'll never get a left back.
I think never. It was the last time we did sign a left back.
Left back Benjamin.
I think Robinson from Fulham. I would fancy that.
Yeah,
Robinson
of course, but Pep won't want it. Pep won't want it.
I think, like I was saying, there's so many right backs that I can think of top of my head. I'm talking about who are defensively sound, who are good going forward. I was impressed with Singo, even though he played centre back last night against for Monaco against Aston Villa. He's actually a right back, by the way, but he was at centre, he was playing centre back, and I thought he was fantastic against Villa. And I just feel like, so why is being treated like this? Guy's been playing in positions. Yes, but the thing is, I'm gonna have to say, the thing is, if you're being played out of position at right back, you have to show why you deserve to be in the team, regardless of what position out of position. Look, Gavardio is been playing left back when he's actually a centre back, and he's not when he's performed very, very well there. Or I could just say,
Vadio is stinking now. Vadio is stinking. Vadio is stinking.
To his defense, he has been playing a lot.
Okay, so there's a comment here. Hong. Let me just read this one. It says the whole team has no competition because everyone gets injured and the same players have to play every game. So go ahead.
Kel is bang on this one.
Kel is speaking right on the money. Facts, absolute facts. No competition. Everyone's too comfortable. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I would say.
I'll tell you this.
Because Bernardo knew he's going to play this game, isn't it? Bernardo 100% knew that no matter.
Yeah,
do you know what's sickening? Bernardo sitting on that bench smirking, because he knew that no matter what, I'm playing in that PSG game, even if somebody performs at high level.
Patrick, do you know what's the funny thing? Do you know what the funny thing is? Apparently, they're going to give Bernardo a new contract, a 1-year extension to make it 10 years. Apparently, because let's be honest, he's not leaving this summer. He's not leaving this summer because he wants to go to Benfica. He wants to go Benfica on a free.
Can I say something to you? Do you know what? I still think if you're doing a rebuild and you keep Bernardo, I don't think that's a mistake. I don't think so. I think if you bring younger midfielders and you keep Bernardo, I don't think it's a mistake. It's the fact that if you continue with these finished midfielders, I think Bernardo can stay.
Now. He's a bench player.
If he stays, you're okay. But the thing is, you can't be expecting these Bernardo Silvas, these Gondowans, these KDBs, these Kovacic to be playing 30 games for you. That's the issue that we have.
Let's not forget.
Jeff Fresh. Jeff. Go ahead.
Yo, bro, what's happening?
No, go ahead.
Nah, man, like you know, because I messaged you, man, like. That result pissed me off, man. That result absolutely pissed me off. Like it pissed me off.
What's worse? That one or the final one? That one or the final or the Sporting one? Because I think Sporting is painful. Sporting was painful.
No, it's the final.
I mean the Feyenoord one probably worse because it was at home and we was 3-0 up. You know what I mean? Even with this game, we was 2 up, and I was like, how we 2 up? You know what I mean? I was like, the goals happened where the second goal was like a dolly, was a gift. But I was like, all right, I can take it anyway. But at no point in time, I thought for a second that we would see that lead out. I didn't think for a second we would see the lead out. My thing was at the weekend when we was on the stream after the Ipswich game, I said a few things and people disagree. People was like, oh, you can't say that. You can't just say Ipswich. And to their proof, it was just Ipswich.
Facts.
Ipswich 18th. They're 18th in the league for a reason. It's in a mistake that they're 18th in the league. You know what I mean? So it wasn't a surprise that we lost. I was just hoping we didn't get battered. But a battering would have been better than what happened today. because today was it was worse than a battle. It was embarrassing. You just collapse. The defending out there, as I keep saying, the midfield don't protect the defense. The
Fact.
midfield too far away
First
from the
line of
defense
defense. First line of
to
defense.
begin with. You got nobody in the midfield to break up play. Nobody don't think I can make a tackle, I can intercept play. None of that stuff. Everybody nice on the ball to see. When everybody got the ball, they look nice and composed on the ball. When they don't got the ball, nobody don't want to run. You know what I mean? Nobody don't want to run to tackle, to defend, to intercept, nothing. All season they've been on Phil Fordham because I saying he was player of the year last year. Everybody gassed this guy to the heavens. Where's Fordham this season? You know what I mean? He scored 2 goals
Yeah,
against
that's the same
Ipswich,
thing.
but if
Yeah,
you took those goals away against Ipswich, that performance was poor. It was poor.
yeah.
I turned and made I made a tweet and I was like, F Fordham don't score. You don't know that he playing. Because what this guy do?
He's a ghost.
He don't dictate play. He don't control the game. He don't create chances. You got him out on the wide right. He don't do nothing up there besides get the ball turned and go back.
And sorry,
You know what I mean?
do you know what was funny? People think this guy can fill in the shoes for KDB.
No, he can't.
This guy's nowhere near KDB's level, nor will he
Bro-
ever be. Sorry,
Brother, this guy
People have to,
ain't
people
as
have to
good as
accept that.
people
People
think
can't
he
accept
is.
that, man.
Facts.
He's not as good as people think he is. I get he's a local lad, he's English, he come from the academy, but he's not as good as people think he is. Everybody think that he's this creative number 10. He's not. He's more of a second striker that could play off of the striker close to the box. He don't create nothing. You see it for England. When this guy play for England, he's a ghost on the field. He don't create nothing.
I'll be honest. I couldn't care less what he does for England. I really couldn't care less. When people criticize him about his England career, I couldn't care less. I'm half
Yeah, me neither.
So
Me neither. But what I'm saying is, people think that this guy is something. He ain't a David Silva and he ain't a Kevin De Bruyne alike. He's his own player, but that own guy, he can't drag you to the promised land alone. He can't.
he's a second striker. The thing
Yeah,
is,
he's a second striker. I say it for time. Like this guy.
I think. Sorry. What's your name? Jay Fresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I don't know if people have acknowledged this. I don't think we've ever replaced David Silva, and people really
Never.
thought,
No, you
and
haven't.
people
You
thought,
haven't.
and people thought this guy was going to be the David Silva replacement, or even
Nah,
Bernardo
far
was-
from that.
and people can say Bernardo was the David Silva replacement. Neither is Bernardo Silva. So for
Nah.
me, not only do we miss a Bernardo Silva, not only do we miss a David Silva replacement, we're gonna need a Bernardo Silva replacement.
Exactly.
We're gonna need a Gundogan replacement, and we're gonna need
You're gonna need a De Bruyne.
we're gonna need 4 or 5 midfielders, because let's be honest, this midfield is lacking in numbers, lacking in quality. It's awful. It's absolutely.
This midfield
what's funny?
horrible, man.
You know what's funny though? Do you know what's funny? As Collins, big up to you, Collins. I have to get you back on the channel. Do you know, Collins? As funny as you're writing this midfield could have actually hold running in that midfield. This midfield can actually run. But the thing is, let me give you something about Pep Guardiola. Let me educate you about Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola doesn't want runners. He doesn't want Nunes, Jack. Obviously, Jack, he would like him because Jack can keep the ball. Funny thing is, even today, if Jack was in that midfield, I think we have a half a chance of keeping the ball and actually doing better.
Yes.
I'm not lying. I'm saying if Jack was the one who was
this.
thrown in the number 10 and told Jack, hold on to the ball, make sure you draw those fouls. Jack and then Nunes just runs after Neves, and this can actually work. But let me tell you about something about Pep Guardiola. He wants these ballers. It's called these ballers in spaces. So he doesn't want a Nunes who run for days.
I tell you this, this is going to be a very unpopular. I'm going to get hate for it. Jack Grealish is a better number 10 than Foden will ever be. Or
listen, I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. As much as I don't rate Jack, it just goes to show how much I don't rate Foden as much as some of these guys, because I don't rate Jack that high. You understand what I mean? The thing is,
yeah, but you must remember. Wait. On the Foden thing, though, you must remember this. It's not that Jack is a better number 10 than Foden. There are two different types of 10s. You're right. There's a 10 who gets into a box and scores, that's a Foden. Or outside the box scores,
That's the
that's
second
a Foden.
striker. That's the second striker.
But if it's sort of a second striker. But those number 10s, they only work if you've got a midfield of two defensive midfielder. Let's say if you've got Kovacic and Rodri, and you have Foden, and you tell Foden you're free, Foden will cause trouble. That's why he caused trouble last season. So Foden will ball. Now, Jack Grealish breaks my heart because Jack Grealish can actually be our number 10 going forward as we're struggling. But the thing is, I don't think Pep Guardiola drops KDB.
He doesn't see him in that
KDB
way.
is not at the age to play. But let me be honest with you. Let me just finish this. If today we brought in Douglas Luiz, or we brought in Edison, or what are the other names, Zubamende, and there's Zubamende in midfield to Kovacic, you put Foden in there. Do you know Foden will cook and people will start clapping hands? You know why? As I say, this type of number 10, same as if you can put Omar Mamouche as a number 10, they will cook, they'll be dangerous. But these number 10s that get in the box or play as a second striker, as you say, they can't cook because they need defense at the back. They can't be free. You can't be telling Foden to be running backwards. Like today, look at him. He was running more backwards than staying in front. Foden is more dangerous when he's dribbling. Am I wrong to say that?
No, but the thing is, Foden need technicians behind him. Foden need a David Silva behind him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
David Silva.
But can you not also admit that? Look at last season. Foden operated. Even KDB was gone, and Foden started shining. But guess what? It's because at the back there was people who can control the game. Like you need.
That's exactly what I mean. He needs somebody to dictate the game. He's like a final phase player. Like right at the box. If you get him at the box, right at in that area, he's effective.
He's good at that. He's good at that.
Outside of that, he can't create for others and create for himself. He need technicians and tacticians behind him. You know what I mean? He need like David Silva's behind him. Like where we used to have Nasri. Them kind of players he need behind him. Right now we don't got nobody to really dictate. Yeah, right now we ain't got nobody to dictate play of the game or control the tempo of the game. You know what I mean? Put the foot on the game and slow it down and be able to actually keep the ball and not dribble it into giving it away like Kovacic. I said, I was asked a question on here at the weekend, and there was like, oh, you think this team on top form could win the Champions League? And I was like, no, this team is showing me no signs of doing nothing or winning nothing, even if they're on top form.
We said it. Yeah. Hong, you were here, isn't it? Hong were here when some of us said no.
Yeah, he was
Hong,
here.
I think was also here. We said no. He said no. Hong also said no, I think. So we said no.
I mean, I never once said. I mean, you can quote me on. You can vouch me from this. I never once said we win. I said I just want to get to the knockout stages and just go on from there. And that's
that's what you said. But other people was like, no, I disagree with you. Like we could do it. I'm like, no, they can't. They got no midfield. It's a donut team. No. They got everything all the way around and nothing in the middle. Like nothing in the middle. The middle wide open.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's just basically like, look, our midfield is too easily cut open like a hot knife with butter. It's
man. It's non-existent. Nothing going on.
Can I ask you a question? I'll start with Hong, and then we can move on. Everyone can answer.
Yeah.
If Omar Mamouche comes in this team and then Pep decides to deploy him in midfield, which I hear he plays as a number 10, so Omar can free like Alvarez, do you think we might end up just outscoring people, or it's going to be more trouble again? Because I've watched Omar Mamouche seems to be creative. You know that, right?
I mean,
he assists a lot. He can create his own goals. So do you put Omar Mamouche the same way you used to put Alvarez down the middle?
I probably would say so as well, because he is pretty much the Alvarez replacement, Mamouche, anyway. And like, I mean, can you just imagine him watching the game tonight? He's obviously thinking to himself, not in a bad way. It's more like he's saying, I gotta build these boys. I gotta build this team out to the end of the season. I bet he couldn't wait to like show the guys, look, I'm gonna show you why I'm here. You guys are a mess. This won't happen with me and the team. I can just feel I mean, with Husanov and Vito Reis, I guarantee they'll be pulling their hair out watching the goals go in. like that. And Ruben Diaz being subbed off as well. He's obviously not happy. But I mean, it's so far too obvious with the midfield. I mean, listen, if I could tell you what midfielders they'll sign, I mean, I'm pretty much in the dark as pretty much as you guys are. I would love to. I mean, as long as the Cambiasso, listen, I hope they get that over the line. I really hope they do get it over the line. Listen, I don't care how much it costs. Like I
They have
said, I
to.
agree with
They
it.
have to.
Listen,
They have to.
it's not.
They have to.
They don't. It's not coming out my bank account, your bank account, your account, no
Right.
one's bank account.
No,
It ain't coming. Like
It's not my money. It's not my
ain't my
money.
money. I just
Yeah,
all I
we
do is
don't
support,
make payments on it.
all I do is support the decisions of
Look,
getting players in. That's all I can do for my part.
no,
That's
we have to hold the club to account.
There's
That doesn't
no
mean
there's
that
no
that's
Pep.
it.
We
you have to. You
yeah.
have to. You have to. Doesn't make it a bad.
We cannot let Pep go if he goes trophyless, man. This is not. We cannot do that.
No,
We can't.
it's a
do
bad
that. So
season.
sorry for that.
It's just a bad season. Like it happens. Like look, the thing is like this. We've had so much success.
This
in
is
the
worse
last
than
couple of years.
1920. I thought this stank of 1920. This is gonna be this
Yeah,
potentially
yeah.
even worse than
It just as
This one is
stinky
worse.
as
I did.
1920.
I did those.
It's
I
just
probably
as stinky,
That's
man.
open. That's open.
yeah. I mean, like I don't know what's worse. I mean, I've
I don't know if you've
I don't
seen
know
the
what's
Pep quotes. I don't know if you've seen the Pep quotes, but people have basically understood from what he said. He's not directly said, but he says the midfield is not good enough. He knows the midfield.
Yeah,
he
you talking Colin? You name Colin, right?
No, that's not my name. That's not my name.
yeah, Colin,
Oh, sorry about that. You mean when he say about Kovacic and Bernardo, they can't keep the ball in all of that stuff with Pepsi?
yeah, it's just crazy. What was I gonna say? Okay, I'm just thinking. Like, I'm trying to think of worst seasons that I had during my
No, it's
time in the team.
1920. It's 1920.
1920.
I
I
don't
could say.
I don't
I
count
could say
16, 17. I don't count 16, 17. But
no. I
people
would probably say nine. Yeah, I would say 1920 is worse, and I probably would say I want to
no,
go back a little bit. I'm gonna go
no,
back
we
a little bit
finished
further.
we finished comfortably second. That's the thing. I think
Yeah.
this is gonna be Pep's worst season. I don't count his first season at the 16,
No,
17
because
season.
16, 17 was pretty much trying to feel his way into the
He had, he had a load of grandpas in the team with some of the core as well. So I don't really count that. I count 1920. This is worse than 1920
Which
season.
is it's back. It's back again now. It's
1920.
back
It's worse.
again.
It's worse.
Says the
It's worse
truth.
than
We've got
1920.
players to fix the issue, but Pep doesn't trust certain players. Yeah. Okay. That's true.
That's
At
right.
least
That is true.
at least in
It
16,
says why
17.
didn't City go for Zubamende?
No, because the problem is with Pep, he wants players that are versatile that play more than one position. He's just a simple six.
Technical players. He likes technical. Yeah.
and
The
that's why
thing is,
Cambiasso, and that's why Cambiasso is pretty much like
I think what can be but I will be fuming if he gets played in the midfield and we don't get two midfielders.
it's
yeah,
got to happen
yeah,
at some
we
point.
need a DM.
I mean,
need a
I could
DM.
just imagine the
Do you know?
We need the
price.
DM and an
do you-
8. We need the DM and an 8. We need the
Yeah.
DM and an 8.
Because the thing is, at
do you
least
know
in
I
16,
saw a video today, Hong. I was about to
What were you gonna ask?
I was,
Were you gonna message
I was
me?
about to send you a video, Hong. Today I'm gonna send you. Apparently that Brazilian center. Yeah. Do you know that's the Brazilian center back kid you were talking about, Jeff? Apparently that Brazilian center back kid believes that his career is gonna end as a CDM. That's what somebody said. Some Brazil scout guy. He was. There was a video. He was talking about him that City have a. No, listen. He was like, City have a diamond. So I was watching the video. It's like City have a diamond in their hand. This kid can actually fix that DM issue by going into DM. I was like, no way. Then he started showing how he can fix it, because apparently he's a center back with a small frame, but he's very good at reading the game. So he says, look at his defending. He doesn't defend aggressive. Like there's no aggressive. So no, wait, no. I'll send you the video also. So when he was showing him, it's like he was right. He reads the game. He doesn't defend like aggressive. He reads where you're going to pass the ball. He goes and cuts it. He reads where the players are going. So he says this kid can actually play as a DM. But I'm not saying he's going to play as a DM. I'm just saying this kid can play as a DM.
It can't be now. No chance. His build is not good enough to play DM, especially in the most physical league in the world.
110%.
Later on in his career,
he has the same build as Rodri, though. He has the same build as Rodri.
He a little too green, man. Like I keep saying, these young players come in. You can't put this amount of pressure on these two young players. A 19-year-old and a 20-year-old. Don't expect them to come in and hit the ground running and all of a sudden be out of the pickle that we in. It's in like a Ruben Diaz situation when Diaz come in and right away he made an impact. But Diaz was older and had more playing time, more experience playing with Benfica first team. This kid is 18, 19 playing in power play. But yes, Brazilian league is a very good league, but he only start breaking into the team this season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the other kid, Kusanov, we can't expect he to just hit the ground running and get everything that Pep want him to do right away. It can take time. I was saying, instead of all these versatile players, we need a couple specialists for some of these important positions. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Especially fullbacks.
Yeah.
Especially fullbacks.
Yeah, we need specialists. We don't need all these versatile players. We got too much versatility. You got no specialists in the team doing the jobs. You just got guys doing a job here, a guy doing a job here. That don't make sense.
The whole midfield needs a whole revamp. We need this.
The thing is, at least in Pep first season, he had Fernandinho, he had David Silva. He still had a lot of pieces he could have grabbed from in the midfield. This team in midfield, it did nothing to grab from in midfield.
I don't know what happened to him, because I don't remember if you remember the time. I think it was 18, 19 or 17, 18. His demand was to the board, I need 2 players in every single position, not players that can move from position to position and can be versatile. He specifically said, my demand is 2 players in each position. You remember? Danilo, Walker.
For competition. He said for competition, for hunger. Yeah.
Competition for places.
Competition. Otamendi, Stones. Then you had Laporte and company. Then you had you had Zinchenko and Benjamin Mendy. Okay, whatever you want to say.
You had Delph too. You had Delph at left back too.
Delph as well. Then you had Gundogan.
You know what I mean?
You had David Silva. You had Bernardo Silva.
You had Fernandinho.
Leroy
De Bruyne.
Need I go on? Like, the list goes on and Mahrez.
Yeah.
As well. So
it's you had Kuhn and you had Jesus up top.
I think I think he's haunted by people knocking on his door. I think he's haunted by people knocking his door. You have to.
That's a good spot. That is good. Remember those? You remember? You've actually hit it on the nail. Do you remember he said, "Oh, the newspaper used to say a lot of players used to knock at his door." You're right. You've just hit it on.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Do you know why he's hypocritical? And I'm not slandering him. I'm just saying this is where he's a bit hypocritical. Bernardo has wanted to leave, but he hasn't forced it. But you said until the fee gets paid. That's the only exception. That's the only exception when a player that wants to leave, but he doesn't let them leave. But
even Walker tried to leave 2 years ago.
Exactly, Jay Fresh. You hit the nail.
And he took him to dinner and wine and dine him and give him the captaincy to stay.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Walker wanted to leave. Edison wanted to leave too.
Yeah, but the thing is, with the Walker with the Edison thing, we needed to get a replacement. And I'm sorry, Ortega's not good enough. Ortega's not. Nah. Like we bought defending shocking, man. Considering our standards, and we don't like losing against United. I'm sorry, I still haven't forgiven him to lose against United. He's one of the main reasons why we
cup final.
It's unforgivable. I'm sorry, it's unforgivable. I can't forgive him for that. I can't. Yeah. I seriously can't.
I think you hit the nail on the head with every reasons. Like we do, it's not just like him. It's just like every positions. Like it's just it was like, of course, like our injuries to the centre backs are just not good enough. I mean, it just makes even more justifying. Sorry, it makes what's the word I'm looking for. It's justified. It's justified bringing in Husanov and Victor Reis in midfield because I see Victor Reis as the Stones replacement because Stones is getting far too many injuries and he's on 250 grand a week.
I don't think and by the way, I don't think he'll get sold. I think he'll probably walk on a free. No one's gonna. No, first of all, he's not going to lower his wage demands. He's not going to lower his wage demands, and he has 1 year left on his contract. I think he'll walk on a free, or we extend him, and he'll be like a squad player, or that utility player. Let's say that utility player. That's the only.
It's fine in the sense though because you're relying on him week in week out because you got replacements. So he played when he could, and when he out injured, you got backups there waiting and ready. Because that injury record this season absolutely shocking.
Because
Stone's injury record this season horrible.
It's not just this season, Jay. Think about I'm talking about the whole entire time at City.
Yeah, man.
Forget it's not this season alone. You need to look at the whole. Go on Transfer Market John Stones injury history. You get at least 2 pages of how long he's
man. It's horrible. It's horrible.
So
Horrible.
forget this season, but think about the whole time. I mean, okay,
why doesn't he just quit for England? Why doesn't he just quit for England if he cannot stay fit?
Do you know why? Because the problem is we're too nice. Pep and the board seem to encourage players to go on duty. I would literally tell them and players going forward, if you want to sign for us, I don't expect you. Do not play for your country, unless it's a country that you're gonna. Because I no English player is gonna win any.
No,
major.
obviously you can play for your country, but if you get injured a lot, they have to put a stipulation.
No, you can't.
The thing is about it with Stones, right? Stones will be injured for City, and he will go to England duty, play for England, get injured at England, and come back to City injured. 2 years ago, City wanted to sell him, and then he kind of redeemed himself. I think in the treble year. I think it was about 2 seasons ago. Stones was one talked about to be gone because he was going through like breakup or whatever, and Pep was saying he got to get his head right and all of that. So this is the first time Stone was on the chopping block to go. Like if you can't stay fit, like the problem is you can't be too sentimental with players. You're doing a job. If you're not doing your job properly, you gotta move on.
But the thing is, he won't lower his wage demands, and he's on 200k plus. He's on
250,000 pounds.
Yeah, 250 plus. So he's not gonna lower his wage demands.
Yeah.
So
it's
I think he'll walk on a free or give him a short extended contract.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to cut this. The network is bad because of the storm here, so I'm gonna have to cut this because the network is bad. It's just freezing. Excuse me. I don't know if you guys are free. I'm going to start another one tomorrow because I think a lot of people want to come on because I see a lot of people. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another one today. Unfortunately, if you're free tomorrow, I'll send you the links. The network is bad because there's a storm in Ireland, and I think it's just fucking up the network. Anyway, so guys, that's the show anyway. But what a show, guys! There's about 300-400 of you just watching. Hit the like button, but I have a feeling we're going to be out of the Champions League. Club Brugge, I just saw somebody sent me the record. They haven't lost. Club Brugge actually in top form.
I think they're going to cook us.
They're unbeaten, man.
Yeah.
Because we're only going to be delaying the inevitable. Yeah. We're only going to be delaying the inevitable.
I know. But honestly, why don't we just throw in the flag? Can we do that?
Honestly, like, if we get eliminated from the Champions League, yes, it'll be a blessing in disguise. But at the same time, I would take it as, you know what, forget it. Let's just focus on the league, secure top 4, maybe go around in FA Cup and just
go as far as we can in the FA Cup. Yeah.
Do you want me to predict for you what's going to happen on the Club Brugge night? Because it's at home, right? What's going to happen is 2 minutes, City score because we're too the players want it so much. Then again 2-0 City, yeah.
Yeah, I think
the mad thing about it is PSG ain't even that good. That's the crazy thing about it. PSG this season in the Champions League, horrible.
Sure,
they're shocking in the champs.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the results PSG before they faced us tonight, they only scraped past Girona through a goalkeeping mistake. They drew against PSV Eindhoven at home. They lost to Atletico Madrid in the last minute. And if you look at the away match, losing 2-0 to Arsenal away, they lost 1-0 to Bayern Munich.
Did they lose to Newcastle? It was Newcastle.
I'm talking about this season. I'm talking about this season. I'm talking about this season, JFS. And
yeah.
So they lost 2-0 Arsenal. They lost to Bayern Munich away. You have to, and you think about this, like, yeah, they have not been so convincing. I know they're unbeaten in the league, but when it comes to the Champions League, when they're facing better opposition, they just come unstuck. And when they obviously the reason why they beat us is not an excuse. I'm just saying it as it is.
No. You're stating facts. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not making excuses. But
no, you're not. We understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Think about it.
You're stating facts. You know what? So
yeah. With the greatest respect to PSG, I don't. I don't. They ain't gonna win. They ain't gonna win this season.
You know what? We're just gonna cut it there because it's just freezing. This is freezing.
No worries.
Nah, we're not. We're just gonna cut it there because this is freezing. It's just freezing. So I'll cut it there.
I'll see you guys next time.
Hopefully you heard my last words because
bigger yourself.
The end button is frozen. This is a brick internet.
perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying!
Hat-trick hunting, trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!